All right, we're back with it. Back from the break.
Back from whatever break y'all went on. Hopefully you got a drink of water, use the restroom, got some popcorn. Do what you had to
It
do.
was like 10 seconds.
Yeah, whatever they're feeling. So again, I don't have these in any order. Warfare. Have you heard of that one?
I have not seen. It's on my list.
It's
I really want to watch
really
it.
good. I think that was a movie that like had me really invested. I didn't see it in theaters, saw it at home, but
Yeah.
There's not a lot of difference, like, or a big scale sets. There's like basically just a handful of different environments because it all takes place in one spot.
Right.
But I feel like it was a movie that like got my heart racing.
Yeah.
Like because of how like the
Visceral.
stress and how realistic it was and everything. Like it was a heavy film.
That's what I've heard about it. Is it's very
good.
It's very like realistic to what it's actually.
That's
like
what it felt like. And Nick and I wouldn't know that. But yeah, it definitely felt like this is as close as you're going to get to maybe a depiction of a real combat that our military has faced. Military people. But
what else? I did like
that was one. Warfare. I just wanted to get that one out of there. I'm a sucker for some high adrenaline movies as well. F1 is one that I like.
That's another one that's on my list that I haven't seen yet.
I think that also non-car enthusiasts could enjoy it. I thought it was really well acted, and it definitely got me into wanting to check out some of the F1 races after. Because actually, those vehicles are fucking no joke, and but I know that I've also talked to some people that do watch F1 and they were like, well, it's not that realistic. It's like, well, that's any movie like any real life something translated to film. Usually there's something lost in translation.
I got in an argument with one of my managers. He's fucking trying to rage bait us. And like, do you know how unrealistic it is to have a NASCAR driver come in who hasn't driven for this amount of time and race an F1 fucking car at 300 miles an hour? Like, it's so unrealistic. It was like, dude, it's a fucking
and nobody
it's
cares.
A movie.
Nobody cares.
Also directed by the Top Gun Maverick director.
Okay.
And he also did Tron Legacy.
I love Tron Legacy.
It's very good. But
if we had to say, so sorry, you said Tron Ares is one of the worst films I've seen this year.
Oh, really?
I did not like it. The reason I say it that way is because I love Tron Legacy.
Yes.
And
I'm not a big fan of the first one. I like Legacy a lot.
Yeah, Legacy
came out when we were teenagers.
Legacy is so good. I think it's only aged better and better each year.
It's very aesthetically brain itching.
I love it. And I like there was visuals in this Ares. There was, some good action scenes, whatever, but like all in all, didn't
garbage.
Really care for the film.
Well, if we're bringing up
that's just one
of the
sorry,
we're bringing up the movies that we didn't like this year, dude.
We're jumping around.
The new fucking Captain America movie, holy fucking shit! What
did
a pile
that come
of
out
garbage!
This year?
It did come out this year. It came out.
Damn.
No, it came out last year. It came out in February of 25.
Well, that's
what an absolute fucking hot pile of shit, dude.
That was pretty bad.
That movie was so fucking horrible.
I don't even really remember.
It makes Thor: The Dark World look like fucking Citizen Kane.
And I haven't seen that since the first time I seen
it. I fall asleep every time I try to rewatch the entirety of the MCU, or at least the Infinity Saga.
Oof.
I
don't think that's a good thing.
I always fall asleep. I always fall asleep in Thor: The Dark World, but dude, just what a waste, man. They set up the leader after the Incredible Hulk. They absolutely wasted him in this movie. Yep. Absolutely wasted Red Hulk. Absolutely, just what the fuck was the movie even about? I don't even remember. That's how bad it was.
Oh yeah, it's a forgettable film.
It's literally it felt like a Disney Plus ripoff of the Winter Soldier, except instead of the Winter Soldier, we get Red Hulk, and instead of Hydra embedded into the government, it's the fucking leader, like trying to pull strings and do goofy shit. What a fucking sack of shit, bro. That movie was fucking trash. Absolutely horrible. Absolutely terrible movie. Dude.
Yeah, I I don't know. I've not been really watching a lot of the
I haven't either.
MCU stuff.
I've
Even
fallen off.
the
Movies I'm cool
Disney
with, but
Plus stuff, I still same thing. Like, and I would love
I
to.
canceled my Disney Plus, so I can't watch.
Yeah, I've
anything
canceled a long
Marvel.
time ago. I'm a brokey, so I can't
Yeah.
afford it. I was there on day one. I just wish the price was the same way.
I agree.
But I don't know. I'm hoping that there's going to be a some kind of new breath into the franchise with Doomsday and everything.
I have very high hopes for it.
Yeah,
but I do think it's kind of a cop out for them to try to bring Downey Jr. back to save their fucking MCU. He saved Marvel from bankruptcy and launched them into the stratosphere of popularity, and now they're bringing him back as they're starting. So Robert Downey Jr. is truly the savior of Marvel. Mm-hmm. Robert Downey Jr. has single-handedly, I think, saved everything with Marvel. The comics, the fucking, to the movies, to everything.
It's fair.
The games, but yeah.
That is fair.
Sean just knocked out a couple. I knocked out my word. Don't even, whatever.
You see Sinners?
I did. It's not on my top.
No,
it's an honorable mention.
I liked Sinners.
I liked it. I liked it too. I think it's very good. It's very well made, but I feel like it's very derivative if you've seen a lot of movies. It definitely reminded me of From Dusk Till Dawn, and that's one of my favorite fucking movies of all time. It's my favorite vampire movie of all time, but it just felt like kind of a B grade version of that. But it had other things in there that worked for me. I'm not saying it's a bad movie by any means. It's definitely not okay. It's definitely better than okay. Like I like it a lot, but it's not one of my favorites from this year.
Well, then on the on the other spectrum, which I think you're going to say high things about this, Bring Her Back.
Did you watch it?
I did.
Oh fuck! Oh man.
Yeah, Bring Her Back. We finally watched it. My wife and I finally watched it, and
that Bring Her Back was my favorite movie from this year.
That was
from last year.
Oh,
Bring Her Back was
that was your number one.
That was my number one.
Okay.
Holy shit! It was such an incredible experience.
It was very good.
Like it was raw. It was disturbing. There were horrific things.
Oh, the knife scene.
The knife. That I can't get that out of my head.
That's pretty brutal.
But like at the end, it's like I was thinking about this the other day too, and thinking about what I wanted to say about this movie. But the main takeaway that I had was like, even though like people can be so fucking evil, like I don't think they're evil out of inherently just like, oh, I'm born fucking evil. Like it's all out of circumstance, right? That's kind of what the movie drives home. And like the trauma that these characters go through, like the happy ending for them is that the movie is over and that they're out of the situation that they were in for the entirety of the film, and that's like, it's a very like depressing way to look at it, but it is also like, I felt like the ending was very like uplifting, like in its own way. Like even the worst character in the movie, like the villain of the movie, I guess you could say, or the antagonist of the movie, like even you feel for her at the very end of the movie. Like, and it's like shit. Like I don't know. Like there's a lot of movies that don't do that, or don't do it well. But it wasn't a movie that held your hand. It didn't dump exposition on you. It kind of made you put the pieces together and figure shit out for yourself. It didn't tell you what's going on, and once you kind of put all the pieces together, it's like, oh, like it very surprising movie. I liked Talk to Me, and I think that's a very rewatchable movie. I have not rewatched Bring Her Back, even though I love the movie. Like I don't think I'll ever watch it again, because like the experience of the first time seeing it is like such a like great experience for me that I don't think I'll ever need to watch it again. Like,
I definitely thought about that when my wife and I were watching it, is the rewatchability of that and other films. Whenever I watch it, I do in the back of my head think about the rewatchability. How often do I want to watch it? It's like, obviously you can put some kind of connection to it personally, you know, in any which way. Like, for example, the Matrix Reloaded is one that I put high on my list because that was one of the first few DVDs that I had, and I rewatched that thing 1,000 times. You know what I mean?
It is a fun movie,
and it is so good. Like
first one.
I mean, I'll sometimes every once in a while just rewatch like the clips on YouTube for the highway chase scene or something because it's just like so awesome. Very fun, but anyway, like not all films are like that, and I don't think that that's necessarily a bad thing either. Like you said, it's like the experience was so good for you that like rewatching it, are you going to get that same
like I don't want to ruin the movie for myself,
because it's also like, you know, in a film like that, you now know what is around the corner, that it makes it tough to have that like surprise, you know. So rewatching it kind of it gets difficult. But Bring Her Back was one that I really enjoyed. It was the same directors as Talk to Me, as you said, and I think
Talk to Me is a very rewatchable
movie. And I think that's also, we spoke on earlier, is the YouTubers turned directors. You know, they're carving a pathway that never once was there, and they're in an uncharted territory now. And they're also producing films that don't feel like, well, but they took too much from this and from this and from that. They're doing their thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I like some of the original stories that are being brought out like that. You know, especially in a horror sense, because I like remakes, but I also want to.
I just want to see original shit,
like
man.
Something new. Like
exactly.
I mean, I like remakes.
That's where horror is hitting the pocket right now, because like all the new voices in horror are telling like stories that we're familiar with in a different way. Like even doing that is better than watching like, oh my god, like in Marvel movie or Star Wars movie, you know, whatever.
Well, there's
repeat fucking formula.
They've been saying there's superhero fatigue, and I love superhero films, and I think I never will stop. But as I said earlier, I'm not really following Marvel like I used to, and I never was full all in on Marvel. I was, if I had to decide which side did I like more, I was Snyder Cut. I was Snyderverse. I was that, you know, I was DC. And even from a young adolescent standpoint, I watched Justice League growing up and all that I was more DC focused than Marvel focused. But I liked them all, you know, and that doesn't mean that I only watch DC and I don't really care for Marvel. But I just like the path that DC was going on. It does kind of suck that, you know, there's been nothing but turbulence, I think, from the entire existence of DC. Like, not to say that they haven't had hits, but it's just up and down, up and down, up and down.
Yeah.
There's no consistency across the board. You know, Marvel created some consistency, but I think that they're finding that just doing the same thing over and over doesn't work.
Yeah.
And so now they're trying to, you know, redirect it to like, okay, how do we adapt it?
Same thing with Star Wars, and maybe it's the Disney aspect of it, but it's the same shit with Star Wars too.
But I
rinse repeat formula.
I hope that Hollywood figures it out.
I think they will. Speaking of that, I'm in a movie group that talks a lot about this movie in that way, of how it seems very formulaic and Disney-fied, right?
Okay.
But is Badlands on your list?
Badlands, of course, on my list.
It, of course, is on your list. All right. Well, Badlands. I think
Badlands.
We talked very heavily about Badlands. I don't think we really need to get deep into it, but
I would say Predator was one of the only few comic books I've actually read front to back.
Yeah.
Judge Dredd versus Predator.
Judge Dredd versus Predator.
That's the one. Yep. But I read that multiple times. But I've always been a sucker for the Alien and Predator universe. Like, I know that they originated different, like on their own, standalone,
right,
and they've merged the universe. But I am such a sucker, and that's why I know everybody can have their things, and there's positives and negatives that you can take away from Alien Earth. But I enjoyed Alien Earth just because I like that universe. I want more in that universe. Period. I guess that's just my thing. And so I think that there's more that they can expand upon, and I think overall it was fine. I know you are not a big fan of Alien Earth, but Badlands was a home run through and through. I think that it's much needed in the world of Predator to have these films. Like,
Yeah.
if we're talking about what was your experience, I wish that I could have watched Prey for the first time in theaters.
Agreed.
You know,
100%.
I watched it on streaming, and when I watched it, it was like another takeaway of like,
That was-
oh my
that
god,
was
that was such a good film.
If Predator Badlands was a home run, then Prey was a fucking grand slam.
It was so good. Even
sure.
to this day, I mean, I remember showing it to my wife, you know, the first time, and she's not as into those films either,
Yeah.
but she really enjoyed that, you know, and I think the story for Prey was just through and through. It was
Yeah.
flawless. It was so good, and I think that might be one of my favorite Predator films, even ahead of Batman's. But that's just you know my ranking. And
the last two that I got are both Netflix movies. They're the big budget Netflix movies, though. So they came out in theaters for a very short time, just to be nominated for Oscars or whatever. But I don't know if you saw either of them.
Okay.
But Frankenstein,
I did.
excellent.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I think Guillermo del Toro's entire career has been building to him making this movie.
Okay.
I think it is. It's not his magnum opus. That's definitely
Mhm.
Pan's Labyrinth.
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot of other people will agree with me on that. But I think this will be, for the next 50 to 100 years, a lot like the Boris Karloff movie.
Okay.
For, you know, our parents' generation, that's going to be. This movie is going to be the standard for the Frankenstein story. And I just, my only thing about it is I wish more people fucking watched it. Like, I know so many people that haven't seen it, like, oh, you know, I haven't seen it, you know.
It's long. I had to cut it up.
Yeah.
You know, but it's worth it. It's worth it all the way 100%. Through. You know, it's another film that, like, you know, how I say with Aliens and Predator, the atmosphere, the universe, it's like, you definitely get, like, thrown into this whole world, like all the set design that they put into it. Like, I also felt very reminiscent of just the time when I read Frankenstein for the first time.
And you read it in high school, didn't you?
Yeah.
I was in, not to toot my own horn, but I was in IB English, so we didn't read Frankenstein. It wasn't part of our curriculum, but I did end up reading it after I graduated. I read it that summer, and it's like, the movie follows the book
very closely.
Very closely.
Yeah, very close.
Like, almost like what I remember from the book is like everything that's in the movie.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there's stuff in the movie that's not in the book or whatever.
Always that way.
But like I just loved how, like, true to the book it actually was. Like, the story of Frankenstein and the spirit of it and the spirit of what the book is on display 100% in the movie. But yeah, I love the book. I love this movie, and I probably love this movie even more just because of how closely it follows the book, of how great it captures that spirit of the story and the themes of, like, father son, like, purpose, creation. But my last one on the list was actually my number 2 from this year. So I thought Bring Her Back was perfect, and this was the only other movie that I thought was, like, perfect in every aspect. And I never thought I would say this. I don't know if you've seen this movie yet, but Knives Out, Wake Up Dead Man.
Mm-hmm.
Never thought a Knives Out movie would be at the top of my fucking list. No? But holy,
you liked it?
Shit, it was so
it was
fucking
very
good, man. It was such a good, like, it was perfect.
Well, I had only my wife and I, before watching that, had seen what's the movie with Zendaya and the tennis?
Challengers.
So we had just watched Challengers, and one of the two guys in Challengers, he's a lead in that, and his acting, he did really well. I liked his portrayal of the priest and everything. But I am a sucker for mystery, films like that, like something that's like unraveling the mystery as you go on, and you don't know the end.
Like, it's an impossible mystery. Like, it feels like a mystery that they can't solve.
Yeah,
like, it truly does, and that's why that was one of the factors that I liked about it. But I know I've been pretty open about it, but like I just liked the overall theme of like how they approached what it is to be religious and like how religion should be instead of how the way it is right now, especially in this climate and political culture. But like I really like that's the main thing that I loved about it was kind of the message that it's trying to send. But it didn't feel preachy. Like that's also what I loved about
Yeah.
it. It just felt like a natural like conclusion by the end of the movie. But I thought it was perfect in every aspect. Um, Loved it. I absolutely loved it. I was like,
I would that would not have been
I didn't
my guess for
expect to
you.
love it that much.
No, that would
but,
not have been my guess for you.
you know, like I have been working on my relationship with the Lord and all that
We
shit.
all got our relationship in our own ways.
and repair it and you know because I was agnostic or atheist or whatever you want to call it for such a long time, but you know there's things that happen in life that you can't help but be like, dude, like
Yeah.
there's a God.
Oh,
You know,
100%.
like there has to be.
100%.
So
I'm right there with you on it.
but yeah, that's the end of my list. That's the top 10. You probably should have done a top 5 because this ran a little long.
Yeah, it ran much longer.
I'll let you finish out what you got.
I mean, again, these aren't necessarily narrowing it down to like, oh, these were my top. But I'll just rattle off 3 quick ones. One that I know that I believe you've seen, The Long Walk.
I have not seen it.
You haven't seen
it? It is on my list. It's not on streaming anywhere.
It's worth it.
It's kind of driving me nuts. It's on Stars, I think, but it hasn't hit streaming
It's
yet.
very much worth it.
Once it hits streaming, I'll be watching it.
So
sure.
Definitely check that out.
Yeah.
Together. Have you seen Together?
That's horror the James. Film? Oh, yep. I saw it.
Yeah.
Yep. I've got some opinions on it.
I just thought it was fun, you know, just for like,
it was a fun
it's
movie.
different, you know, like
it definitely was fun.
It's that body horror a little bit, you know.
The aesthetic of like when they're in the cave and shit is like, it's very chilling. It's like, and the story, like the body horror of it, you know, like I really love body horror.
Oh yeah, well, and that's why I like The Substance.
Oh yeah, I love this. That was my favorite,
especially because like I didn't know fucking shit about The Substance. I never saw a trailer, nothing.
Went in blind.
My wife just was like, "Hey, check out this film," and she had yet to watch it, and so we were both like, and I was sitting there from start to finish, like, "Holy shit, what the fuck is going on?" Like, and I was like, this is perfect. Like, just because I'm a sucker for The Thing, you know, I love that movie. Like that's a very big one.
Of body horror,
so Together, that's why I really wanted to see it. Yeah, there could be some like what were they trying to get across, or what were they saying at the end, or like whatever. I'm not getting too much into that part, but like,
it was a fun movie.
But I think that it was decent. It's one of those like as original as it can be, while piggybacking off of some tropes that in horror and things that we already know of. Good Boy. Have you seen Good Boy?
I saw Good Boy.
I liked Good Boy. Wasn't perfect by any means.
Nope.
By no means. But I thought that the ambition to try to
do something different,
do something very much different.
Perspective.
What has no other movie tried to do? Oh, the entire film is from the dog's perspective, but not from some like whimsy Disney way. It's from the dog's perspective of witnessing this owner going through obviously a medical situation or complication, and then grief and but just again all through the eyes of the dog. So it's like, just how are they figuring it out and understanding it, and maybe there was some of it that went over my head with everything, you know, because it was very much like, what? I don't get this.
It's very short too. That's what
it's not very long, but
that's what I liked about it. It's like it was short and sweet,
and I thought that
to the point.
The dog it acted very well. Like you could,
dude,
like the emotion.
The dog should win a fucking Oscar.
The emotion that the dog was giving, you know, like you really like felt.
But was it AI? Did they
I don't
insert
think
the dog into an AI process?
I don't think they did. I think I looked into that, but yeah, I really like that film. Again, that doesn't mean that was my number one was Good Boy. No, my number one was Together. No, those are just the last
10, no particular,
last few that were on there that were like memorable. Well, there's one more.
Okay.
That I watched that I believe was the previous year. So
2023. Or 2024?
Yeah.
Okay. Go for it.
You're off by a year.
Sorry.
But
Yeah, my year's messed up. My day's messed up. My month's,
hey
like,
man, like
everything.
I forget
Every day is exactly the same.
how to breathe sometimes. I think it's The Good Robot. Is that what it's called?
Yeah, the one where the robots in like the nature and shit.
That one.
I have not seen that. It's on my list.
Dude,
as well.
I remember I tried to watch it once on my own.
And you fell asleep.
No, I didn't get more than 20 minutes in, maybe.
Yeah.
Because there's a little slow beginning,
slow burn.
but then once you get into it, it's like your heart is all connected into it, and it is a choke you up kind of film, and it was so fucking good. Like it's also a film that my wife and I looked at each other, and it's like we want to show our kids this film.
Yeah.
You know, like with the messages that it had that was in there, it's so good. It's top tier. But I believe that came out the year previous. I think that was 2024. September 2024. But that one I didn't watch until 2025.
Yep.
So good. That was one of my favorites. If we're coming from not release date, just when did you watch it? That was one.
But
yeah. So
all right, let's take another break.
Okay.
Real quick, and then we'll finish up with the handful of topics.
Yeah. Don't go far.
Where is my mouse?
Where's the chapstick?
Oh, damn. Okay, there we go.
Where's the chapstick?
I gotta go pee. Now I gotta go pee.
Dude, I'm telling you, seltzers.
I gotta break the seal, bro.
I tell you, seltzers fucking run through you. And especially those 85% long drinks, those ones fucking make me pissed. Like, I pissed the whole bottle.
Yeah.
It's like, fuck, I just drank this shit.
Yeah, let's stop this for a minute.